because we are a minute over. So I am so excited, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We've got some really exciting things to show you tonight. And my main job is to introduce my business partner, who is the host for this evening. His name is Mr. Mike Hobbs. And I've known Mike since about 2012, and we've been best friends ever since. And we've been working together since about that same time as well. A little bit about Mike. If you don't know him, I know some of you already know him and love him, and that's great. And if you don't know him and love him, you probably will after tonight. He's got a heart of gold. And Mike used to work at Shoney's restaurant. He was a dishwasher. He used to pack boxes at Walmart filled with shoes. That was a job that he had. And he always, tells how he was so competitive and he won an award for packing the most shoe boxes at Walmart. He's a retired military vet. So, Mike, thanks for your service. And he's also, if you don't know this, some people say he's a little introverted, but that hasn't stopped him from building $3 million plus businesses on the internet. He's created a ton of success, and he's also the co-founder of the company that we're here to talk about tonight and the system that we're here to show you. So I think I'm just going to get out of the way and bring out Mr. Mike Hobbs. And we're going to pretend you're not all muted and say, welcome, Mike. We're excited you're here.
Awesome. Well, how's everyone doing today? Are you guys excited? Go ahead and type an 11 in the chat if you are a fan of earning income online, or residual income is what we're going to talk a lot about today. If you are a fan of that, let me know. Looks like lots of 11s. Cool. So that's kind of going to be the theme for tonight. Obviously someone that you trust invited you here today to learn a bit more about what we've got going on. And you probably saw a headline that was something like, I'll just actually pull open. Yeah, it said something like the undisputed heavyweight residual income champion of the world. And I know that's kind of a bold statement, but I will just say it is true. When you really dig deep into what's out there, what's in the marketplace right now, I don't know of very many, and you guys can let me know. I'll just ask this question. Do you know of very many companies out there in the internet that have been around for 10 years and they truly pay you 80% residual income on all of your personal sales? Does anyone know of a single one that has been around 10 years that pays you 80% commissions on your personal sales? I mean, they don't even do 80% on your downline, like your entire downline, it's usually like 50% spread out between 30 levels or something. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. So today's theme is going to be residual income. If that is something that you're a fan of, you are in the right place. So I'm just going to get right into it. So we're going to introduce the undisputed heavyweight residual income champion of the world. And basically what we're going to show you is an effectively automated way to grow and maintain a faster residual income that lasts. You guys want a residual income that lasts? I'll just kind of briefly mention and ask this question. Does it really matter how much percentage or residual income a company promises you if they are no longer here in 2 years? Think about that for a second. Does it really matter if they offer you a residual income and then they're no longer around? And that has been the kind of the crux of this industry for so long, and we wanted to be the change. So one of the things that we really love is we wanted something that actually does pay you residual income. And so far in 10 years, we're still here doing it. And we're also going to be teaching you a sneak peek into our brand new AI tool. So we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But just real quick, if you don't know who I am, Paul just briefly mentioned, my story. I'm going to keep this very brief because I respect all of your guys' time. But I am a military vet. I was in the Army for 12 years. I'm introverted. In fact, one of the stories I like to always say when I talk about being introverted, any other introverts in the room? Raise your hand for introverts. Okay, cool. One of the things is I actually only went to one school dance, and it was actually the girl asked the guy one. That one that the girl asked the guy. So I never asked any girl out. My first kiss was when I was 19, and that was the girl I married, my first marriage. So it's kind of, yeah, Sadie, that's what it was. So anyway, so that just kind of shows you how introverted I was. I'm not very go after it with like talking to people and being in front of people. So when I got online, I actually, at first, I thought that it was kind of nerve-wracking, but then I finally sat down and I got in front of a computer and I got in front of a camera. And then I was like, I started recording the video and then I realized, holy cow, there's nobody around. It's like, so then I would realize that, wow, home business is an introvert's dream because I am literally in my home, in my comfort zone with my camera, and I'm able to shoot videos. I'm able to go online. I'm able to promote and make sales and get a residual income and earn an income, and all from my home, not around people. Now, obviously, events and things like that. We love getting around people. But anyway, so I went from introverted to building 3 separate $1 million businesses online. And we're here to show you how to do that. So again, like I said, I was going to keep that brief. So the Home Business Academy, this is the company that we co-founded. We actually founded our company based on freedom through principle-centered leadership. And this was our original vision when we first started the company. And one thing that we added to this, and I'm going to actually share with you the updated version of our vision, because when we show you the turnkey system that we built for you guys to get out there and make residual income online, we actually changed this vision up a little bit, but this is the foundation because we knew that there was a lot of things out there that are not principle centered. And we could be here all day talking about them. In fact, when we used to do these overviews, we would be on here for 2-3 hours just talking about all of the craziness that's happened. Don't worry, we're not going to do that tonight. But I just wanted to mention that the foundation is freedom through principle centered leadership. And you'll get to know a little bit what that means as we go through today, okay? So think about this. So we've been trying to build residual income for 11 years prior to HBA, the Home Business Academy. And I will say, the other $2 million businesses that I was able to build online, they're no longer in existence. They don't exist anymore. They're gone. Has anyone ever here built an income and a company no longer exists? Let me know in the chat if that's ever happened to you. Well, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to Paul. That's what happened to a lot of us. So again, you can't build a residual income if the companies go away. So what we're here to do is we're here to be the change that we wanted to see in the marketplace. So we built one that will be here and not break on you. So that is the goal. And I will say, we have experienced all those company extinction events that other companies have gone out of business because. I've actually seen companies go out of business because of merchant issues. We had those. I've seen companies go out of business because of just, servers and people stealing money from them. Now, luckily, we don't have anyone stealing money from us because other than the merchants, we have had merchants steal money from us. And we've actually had affiliates scam us before and bought us. Like they would throw like 1,000 orders through our order page and then charge back on all of them and try to mess with us. But guess what? We just persevered through all of it. Most companies, those are extinction events. And we stuck around. And by the way, we've paid out 6.9 million in commissions so far. This is verified as of today, almost 7 million in commissions. But real quick on this, they said that we were crazy to pay 80%. This is an actual true story. We actually talked to an attorney when we first got started in business, and we hired him to be in our Financial Literacy Academy product. And so he was doing the tax strategy training in that product. And then he was like, well, what are you guys paying out on your affiliate commission? He was thinking like 30% or whatever. We're like at 80%. And he's like, you can't do that. You got to stop that right now. And he literally just said, stop that. Don't do that. That's crazy. You'll go out of business. And we didn't listen to him. We knew our numbers. We knew what we wanted. And we've been able to do it for over a decade now. So I think that's kind of a cool, kind of success story in its own self that we were able to sustain the 80% model, and we've been able to pay out that kind of commission. So our goal for you today is by the end, you're going to have enough information to make a decision if this is for you or not. You know, that obviously not everything is for everybody, but I hope that you will find enough value in what we have in our company to make a decision. I will give you some insights that maybe you can use even if you decide not to get started. And then we'll do Q&A. So we like to make sure everybody goes home. I guess you guys are already home. That's the beauty of being online, right? Is you're already home, but you can go with your day and know that your question was answered. Okay. So would your life be different if you didn't have to work for money? Would you guys think that your life would be a little bit different if you didn't have to? Like, what if you woke up tomorrow and then you earned a commission? So, like, that's the dream of residual income, by the way. It's when you go on vacation. Like, I remember many times where I'd go on a cruise or I'd go on a vacation, and then all of a sudden I see commission notifications coming in. That is the dream because you do the work once. So what we're going to show you tonight, or you do the work once and then you get paid again next month, the next month. That's the dream. That's the goal. And that really does make it to where you don't have to work for your money. You work for it once and then you don't have to work for it again. So we're going to just cover the comp plan, just get that out of the way real quick. So this is our residual income model. So you can earn up to $128 per customer inside of our company. Okay. So two sales. So when you look at 80% commissions, two sales pays you $256 residual income, which gives you a net residual income of $96 a month. Now, who thinks that's pretty cool? That with two sales, you are literally in profit. You're in the green with just two customers. Right? Like that is unheard of in this industry because most things, in fact, I've been a part of a lot of companies that tout 3 and it's free. 3 and it's free. Do you guys realize what 3 and it's free means? That means you've broken even. You're $0 at that point. Does that make sense? You make 3 sales and you are at 0. So the fact that you can do 2 sales and you're actually putting money in your bank account and not a little bit, it's $96 in your bank account. Like that'll actually buy you something, you know, like it's not something like a $10 thing or a $2 commission. You're getting pretty good. And then with just 24 customers, and we probably should change this to 25. I was actually thinking about that because the 25 would put you over $3,000 net residual income. So I'm probably going to change the slide next time we do it to 25 customers because 25 customers is a net residual income of over $3,000 a month. Over $3,000 a month. And I was doing the calculations in my military, when I was in the military, I made $3,000 a month. And that equaled about 45,000 a year or so, right? And so we can help people do that with just 24 customers or 25 customers. That's it. Net residual income above and beyond expenses. So anyway, that's our comp plan in a nutshell. It's 80% commissions. And this is the projections. Obviously, results not typical. See average income earnings disclaimer, income.thehba.net. But we just like to share this so you can know the numbers. These are the real numbers. And who in here thinks there's a breath of fresh air here where you finally see a presentation that looks doable? Like when I look at some of the numbers in other companies' presentations, they're like, yeah, you just get to 500 people in your downline and now you're at $3,000 a month. Or you get two who get two and now you're at $10,000 a month. And there's nothing wrong with leverage and like downlines and all that kind of stuff. But to me, in my brain, this is a breath of fresh air, knowing that I can control my income. I don't have to worry about other people doing anything, and you can make that income. So with that, here's the gap. So you're over here, and then residual income's over here. So what's in the middle of the gap? Okay, so basically products people love and pay for, and a way to find those people. So if you can do those two things, so you can sell products that people love, and you have a way to get those people to buy those products, you're going to hit the 24 or 25 customers to hit your 3 grand a month or more. Like if you guys are here and you want to learn how to make more money than that, it's all math equation. Does that make sense? So, so basically, that's what we're here to do. We're here to teach you how to do this. We're the gap. You can kind of consider us the gap, okay? And we're going to teach you how to fill that gap and find the customers. And we've even introduced a turnkey way to do it. And so we want to make it as easy, turnkey, and automated as humanly possible in a principle-centered way. Because I'll just say real quick, when we start talking about turnkey and automation and all these different things, I was one of the first people to say, don't do turnkey automated. Don't do any of that kind of stuff. Why do you guys think that? Like, why do you think I say, you need to brand yourself, you need to do this, you need to do that? Why do you think that? Because the very first business that I've ever done online, it was a quote unquote turnkey system. Not really turnkey, it was more of like a done for you automated system. They positioned it like that. And I remember I joined the thing, I got started, and one of the things I used to always say, and this is funny that we have now we're going to show you a system that will give you that as well. But one thing that I used to always say is, if they say it's an automated system, that means automated no help. Automated no help. That's what I used to say. I used to make fun of the automated systems because it was literally, that's what it is. When you see an automated system out there, run is usually what my advice is, because it's automated no help. You get in the system, and if it's automated, why would they help you? Because nobody wants to do anything in those things. So we wanted something that didn't do that. So when we show you our turnkey system, we want to make sure that you understand we're not just leaving you hanging, okay? And when we go over our products, you're going to see our products are designed to be support system for you as you're in your online journey, okay? And so anyway, that's the gap. And so our new AI tool that can help you make sales, here's one example. So I just actually went to one of our review pages and I saw this and I clipped it today, and it says, I'm blown away by the new turnkey system. The setup was so fast and easy. I was ready to promote in just minutes. What really sets apart is the funnel's proven results, built-in AI that helps close sales, and the automated email follow-up that continues to sell in the background. It's exactly what a beginner needs to feel confident, but it also massive time saver for experienced marketers. Between the tech and the supportive HBA community, there's really nothing else like this. So grateful to be here. So what I like about this testimonial is it really explains it in a nutshell. What we've built is we've given you a page that you can promote right out of the gate with automated follow-ups and a community, like right here at the bottom part, a supportive community. So that is what has been missing in the industry, is the supportive community when it comes to turnkey or automated or done for you systems. Okay. And so just know that you're not left hanging. In fact, what's cool is we have not had this funnel until last month. We launched this funnel last month, and so far we've already saw over 130 customers come in through the system, 130 customers in the new system from lead to sale at a 6% close ratio. Does anyone know anything about like what the typical conversions are in the world of internet marketing? What is it typically? You guys let me know in the comments. Like, what are the conversions typically? Like 1 to 2%, right? So we're at 6% from lead to sale from the new turnkey. Okay. So 0.5%, if that, 2%. Yeah. So just remember that is high. That is a high number. And it's because we have a community behind it as well. It's not just it. Okay. And for 10 years, we taught everybody the other stuff too. So like we have the funnels, we have the copywriting training, we have the how to write headline, we have the email autoresponder sequence. We have all like the bridge page templates where you can set up your bridge pages and all that stuff. We've had that for 10 years. We now just introduced a way to get started out of the gate, get some results, let us do the selling for you while you're learning how to do that. Like one of the analogies I like to say is, you know, that analogy, like you give a man, it's in the Bible, anyone who knows the Bible, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. You guys have all heard that, right? And that's a cool concept. I like that concept. It makes sense. You teach them how to do it. But guess what happens? They need the food now as well. You guys realize that while they're learning to fish, they also need food today. Like, why do you think when he was on the beach or whatever, why did he make the bread and give it to everybody? Why didn't he just say, oh, just go do your own thing and find your own food? No, he gave them the bread, right? Because you need food right now, right? While you're learning to fish. So that is the idea behind this turnkey system that we've launched, is now you can go out there, you can go make some sales today, you can get some residual income coming in today, and then you can learn all the other stuff you need to learn, and we have all that other stuff as well. Make sense? And so that is the idea behind turnkey. And so about 20 years of working with people, we've noticed something. Inviting is pretty easy, but where it breaks down is when they start asking questions. Have you guys ever seen that? Like where you get started and someone asks you a question you didn't know how to answer? Anybody ever run into that? So one thing that we decided to do is, what if someone asks you a question you didn't know the answer to, but you can guide them to an AI chat that gives them the perfect answer? What would you guys think about that? Would that be easier? Would that be so basically one that will answer their questions, ask the right questions back, builds belief that they can do it. When the time is right, it asks if they're ready to get started. So what's cool is my business partner, he actually programmed the chat on our sales page that does this for you. And what's cool is Paul has been in this industry just as long as I have, but he has gone through, like, he knows all the different processes, all the different languaging you should do. Like, you guys all know the concept, like, you answer, like, if they ask you a question, you answer the question and then you lead with another question. Does that make sense? Like, has anyone ever heard that concept? So that's what our system does. So I guess I'll pull it open real quick because we're about to get into the product overview real quick, but I wanted to show you the actual system since we're talking about it. It makes more sense to show you it. And so here's how it works. So first of all, when you get started, here's what happens. You get started, you log into the back office, and you have a fast start video. You watch the fast start video, it gets you started, tells you exactly what to do. So basically you get a link right out of the gate. So this is what it looks like. So here's what we mean by turnkey. You log in, you can click copy right out of the gate, and when you promote this link, it goes right to your turnkey funnel. Now, this page right here is actually coded to do a couple different things. It's going to capture the lead for you, so you don't have to have an autoresponder set up. You don't have to have any of that stuff. It's also going to validate all of the emails for you. So like if someone tries to put in fake information, it's going to make them valid. So it's going to validate. So it's going to, let's just say they misspell this and they try to get through. It's basically going to say, this email address appears to have a typo. Did you mean? And then they can click it and now it's going to let them in. So basically you're not going to get junk leads. Now, if they have an email inbox that doesn't exist, it's also going to not let them through. So it's going to validate every single email. Now, if it's a risky email, so if the system decides that this is a risky email, it's going to send them to a double opt-in. And so you are going to literally get, so this is what kind of the double opt-in will look like right here, and it makes them double opt-in. So why is that beneficial to you guys? Why do you guys think that's beneficial? Well, A, every single lead that comes through is going to be vetted, and you're going to get 100% real people looking at the information. So that's the first thing. You didn't have to set this up. You do not have to pay for that. You literally get this right out of the gate. Then when they opt in, let's say they put some real information in, okay? Now they're going to go to this page, which is the sales page, which is also the turnkey, part of the turnkey funnel, where they get to watch a sizzle video. It has the information about all of our products, our comp plan, the company, and everything. But then this is what we were just talking about, the Sage Assistant. Like, what if I don't only have 3 hours to do this business? And so they're walking through, they're looking at the information, they're looking at the content. That's actually more than enough to get started to build a momentum. The beauty of residual income is that you're not trading hours for dollars. You refer someone once and they keep paying you month after month. So the effort compounds over time, which is 3 hours a week if you're consistent. And what would an extra few $100s a month mean for you right now? So you see how like it just guides them? It would help me spend more time with my family. And it'll just ask questions to the prospect. See how it just keeps going and kind of just feeds it. Do you have a monthly income goal in mind that would let you step back and breathe a little more? 3,000 per month. I love that. 3,000 a month. Residual income. Here's a simple math. 24 customers. So see how like it knows the comp plan and knows everything that we've just discussed already? Can I ask, what's holding you back from getting started today? So it's already asking closing questions. So anyway, nothing. I think this looks awesome. Okay. And let's just see what Sage does. All right, okay, so right there, click start for 35 button on this page, fill out the form. After you sign up, you'll get a quick video from Mike walking you how to get the phone on your app, and then watch the fast start. Super simple and guide you every step of the way. Welcome to the family. So anyway, I just think this is so cool because now you have leverage. People can be asking questions all day to this and does the work for you. Now, what's cool is even if they do enter their email into the Sage, you're going to get an email with what they've asked or saying that someone's actually interacting with the page. But guess what? You didn't set this up. I want to just point that out. Do you guys think that would be pretty powerful to be able to leverage a page that answers people's questions, that is already done, already set up right out of the box? You copy and you give it to someone, and that's it. So that's basically what it is in a nutshell. And here's how easy it is to set up. You guys ready? You buy HBA and you're done. It's set up. It's ready to go. It already has your affiliate links. There's an email sequence that goes out for over 11 days. The emails are automatically going out on your behalf with your affiliate links in them. All the leads are validated. And then when they show up as completed, they show up right here under in sequence for you. It'll tell you where they're at in the process. And then it'll also show you completed. So when they've completed the sequence, and then when they've completed, you can actually download them and upload them to another email service tool if you'd like, or just leave them in here. And every month, guess what? Who in here got an invite? I'm actually just curious. Did you guys get an invite from us today to be on this webinar? Did you know that the affiliate that sent you to us, their affiliate link was in that email? So they didn't even have to invite. Like, we invited you to this webinar with their link. Does that make sense? So every month, we'll invite people to these webinars on your behalf if you use the turnkey funnel. And you don't have to have an autoresponder. You don't have to have an email service. You could literally just promote the page, generate the lead. We do the invites, we do the email follow-up, and we invite them to these webinars once a month. And that's it. And we do that on your behalf. Now, can you do your own thing? Yes, I showed you can download your leads. Yes, you can do all the other stuff, which I'll talk about briefly next. I just wanted to do a little tangent there to show you the kind of the process. You guys, does that kind of make sense now? Does it flow a little bit better on what we're talking about? All right, cool. So anyway, so that is this Sage. And so let me just briefly talk about some of the products that we have inside of our company, just so you know that you're not just buying air. Okay. You're actually buying something with, and in fact, I've actually done that. Like I've bought a product before and I'm like, well, what is the product? So anyway, so I'm just going to briefly go over the product. So Let's Goal, this is we like to call it our life compass in your pocket. This is a $10 product. So someone can join for 10 bucks and you get paid $8 residuals. And what this does is it creates goal cards, vision boards, digital journals with AI feedback, habit and nutrition tracking, a morning routine, and you also get 7 family members for free. So this is a powerful app. You can get into it every day in the morning and just get done with your morning routine. And that is Let's Go. So Matthew Martin said, I added exercise to my Let's Go this morning and I've lost 60 pounds and kept it off. So yeah, you can use this even as like a motivator to lose weight if you want, as Matthew did here. Okay, Funnel Builder. So first off, the Funnel Builder is 25 bucks a month. How much are most funnel builders out there? I'm just going to throw that out there. You guys that are experienced in here, what is the going rate for funnel builders out there? Typically 50 to 100 to 299 I've even seen. But this literally, yeah, look at all those numbers that people are posting in there. This gives you done-for-you templates, drag and drop, quick pages, membership sites, merchant accounts, booking widgets, lead capture pages, landing pages. And I do want to share one testimonial from this funnel builder. I just saw this on the page. It says, I love HBA. The funnel builder is hands down the most powerful builder I've ever used. I've migrated all of the sites here and have no plans of leaving ever. The daily trainings are incredible, helpful, and the mentors and the community are outstanding. Thank you for providing so much value. So now keep in mind, I want to point out the line that she said, I have no plans to leave ever. What does that mean for residual income? Think about that. If someone is using the funnel builder tool and they love it and they're never going to leave, that means the person who referred Christine has residual, real life-changing residual income. Does that make sense? So that is the key I wanted to point out. And we even have, what's crazy is we have so many testimonials on the different products and services that we have. Like we even have a site. I was just typing in funnel and I was just like, well, which one should I pick? And I just picked one. I picked Christine. But look at all these different, like about the funnel builder, like all these different, there's like 3 pages of just people loving on the funnel builder. And so we don't have time to go through all of them, but I just wanted to let you know that the funnel builder is a hit in our community and people love this builder and it's only $25. That's it. So that's the key thing there. So anyway, premium, that's our third residual income product. Now this is $100, $125, and it pays you 100 residuals. So this is where the life-changing residuals come into play. Because yes, you'll earn $20 residuals on the funnel builder. You'll earn $8 from the Let's Go. But where the big money is the premium residual income. We actually started adding so many different tools that you can use on a day-to-day basis. In fact, even writing out or even like creating my images for my video or my recent videos that I've done. Like I actually did one for our community members and I was like, man, I just don't have time to do an image today. And so I just logged in and I went over to my trusty image generator inside of Premium. And I'll actually just show you the end result because I'm in a different account here. And so I'm going to go over to the social feed. And then I did a Wealthflix episode right here. And I was talking about our debt tool that we have. And look at that. Like I literally just did the prompt. Actually, here's how easy I did it actually. How I got this image in there. I uploaded a picture of me. I copy and pasted my transcript of the video into our assistant, and then it gave me the prompt to use, and then I just spit this out. Okay. And that's it. Like I did nothing else. And I think this is pretty cool. You guys think that image is pretty good? I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. But, and I did nothing for it. So I literally just copy and there's actually a training on how to use it. It's called Van Gogh Image Generator. And we have basically I copied, like I said, I copy and pasted my transcript of the video here, and I just said, I want to create a thumbnail based on this transcript. And then I uploaded my image here, and then it gave me the prompt that I need right here. And then boom, it spit it out. Amazing image, ready to go. And that's just included in, you get 3 free images every single day that you can generate for free. And so kind of the goal of this premium product is not only do we want to give you training, coaching, helping you, but we want to give you all the amazing tools that also make it worth owning this product. Because one of the things that we wanted to do is just like, because like people go out there and they pay for AI tools, right? They'll pay for image generation tools. And so wouldn't it be cool if we just gave all those tools for you inside of premium? And so you don't have to go out there and pay for all these tools all over the place. So in fact, I think even Christine, she's in this room, she said she canceled her ChatGPT just for our image tool, or our prompt write tool, because we have that available. So anyway, so that's premium. Just to kind of recap what we have: premium tools. We have traffic and conversions training, so you can learn what actually works in the marketplace. And we have 5 days a week live coaching. So you know how when I told you we have a turnkey system, we're helping you, you can get out there, get started. Well, you also get help every day. So you're not just leaving, we're not leaving you hanging. When I go back to that story where when I was in that automated system when I first started, the only thing they had was a conference call on Monday night that you couldn't ask questions. And then guess where that system is now today? Gone. So we have a foundation here, and we help you every day. We're here every single day, and we're not going anywhere. That's the beauty thing of it. So anyway, there was a couple other tools I forgot to mention. So anyway, we have Prompt Write AI. So this is actually what replaced ChatGPT for Christine. This has a persuasion, right? And I'll actually throw this out there. We have something called Persuasion Writer. This is an actual prompt that Paul has. I don't remember how many pages of it, but it's like there's this multiple pages of copywriting skills that are engineered and put into it, where when you want a good headline, you're going to get it when you put this. In other AI tools that you use, you would have to come up with that prompt yourself. And this is just built right in. If you're trying to come up with a lead magnet, we have a lead magnet helper. And we also have high power mode, which we give you 3 free daily credits on that as well, which is the highest model out there in the world at the moment. And so you guys can create amazing content with this powerful AI tool. So you get that included in premium. You also get the image generator, which we just talked about. We also have a smart poster where you can connect all of your different social platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google Drive, and Dropbox. So you can just connect your different things. And then when you upload a video, it goes all to all of them in one shot. Again, people pay $40 a month for this kind of a tool. It's just included. So you just get it for free. You can use it every day. In fact, we've even automated it to where if you use Instagram for this tool, when you upload a new Instagram video, there's a thing called auto import. Okay. And when you auto import your Instagram, basically you just upload your video to Instagram and then it auto imports it into all the other platforms for you without the watermark on them. So it's just ready to go outside and ready to go. All right. So that's it. That's premium in a nutshell. So you get Traffic and Conversions Academy. You get the AI tools. You get daily coaching with us Monday through Friday. And that is $125 a month. I would actually just want to ask, do you guys think all of those tools combined with daily coaching from 6 and 7 figure mentors, Do you think that's worth 125 just on a retail level? Or would you normally have to pay like crazy amounts of money for that kind of support? So, so anyway, that's 125. You get $100 residuals when you sell that. So basically you are earning 128 total when you sell these products. So with that, Rowan says, loving prompt ride. I do my entire YouTube. Yeah, you can do YouTube descriptions and all that stuff with it. You also, this is another cool one. He was like, I thought this was funny. He's like, prompt ride AI is not a very good name. And first of all, I was like, what? Are you trying to make fun of our name? But then he went on to say, it should be like genius, expert, incredible, or something in there, because it is that powerful. So anyway, that's just the thing. Then this is just an example of an image that Paul made with our generator. I already showed you my example. And so yeah, so other automated parts of the system designed to help you make money. So there's Sage for members. And we've actually seen Sage say, hey, I noticed you don't have premium yet. Did you know that you can do this and that? And actually, we have people upgrading through Sage in the back office as well. And when people upgrade in the back office, makes you more commissions, right? We also have multiple income streams with roll-ups. We have lost commission emails. And you might be asking, what does this all mean? The multiple income streams, basically, if you ever have like affiliate links that like in other systems, they would just say, hey, get back to the person who got you here, grab their Aweber link or grab their autoresponder link. Well, we just allow you to put it in the back office. So whatever affiliate links that you guys have if we promote something in the back office, we allow you to put your affiliate link there, and then you get the sale when someone buys it through, like if they're in your downline. Now, the infinite roll-ups, what does that mean? If you don't put a link there for one of the products that we recommend, then it looks for the next available sponsor above them. So it doesn't go to the company, it goes to the next available person that does have that tool. So that's what we mean by infinite roll-ups. So anyway, that is available. Lost commission emails, those are kind of cool because we're doing that on your behalf. So when your team member makes a sale of a product they don't own, we send them an email and guess what? Tell them, hey, if you upgrade by the time we pay this out, we'll send you the commission. Do you guys know most companies just take the commission from them? We actually give them the shot to get it themselves. And then when they buy, guess what? You get paid as well. So it's kind of like a big chain reaction. Okay. So team messaging with mass broadcast. So yeah, another thing that we just added recently is we've added the ability for you to email and message your team from the back office. In fact, there's two methods. You can do message all team, and you can message your all-in team, people who own all the products. So it's kind of a cool little leverage tool. You don't have to pay. Again, all you're doing when up to this point is you just own the HBA products. You're not buying any extra third-party stuff and everything that I've talked about so far. Does that make sense? Smart upsell technology. So yes, we have automated social proof in our feed, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So in the back office, we have social proof just kind of posting in the feed every single day. All right, so right here, fast and great customer support. So we've got that in the background. We have live events, so you don't have to worry about inviting to them because it's just already easy to find in the back office. We've got 403,000 days of meals provided to feed my starving children. So these are just kind of side benefits that make the company stable. Culture of contribution versus comparison. We don't actually have leaderboards. You might be shocked because those of you who know me in the past, you know that I've actually created a course called Affiliate Domination where I'd hit the top of the leaderboards and things. So you would think that we have a leaderboard, but no, we actually want to have everybody contribute to the community and not like, hey, look at this guy, look at this person, look at this person. So, we're not comparing with everybody else. So bottom line, no one pays more, no one serves more, no one in home business is positioned for the AI revolution like we are. No one has the commitment and track record to go the distance with you like we do. And founders who can sell and code. and have a deep understanding of what home biz owners need. 10-year track record in this business. Paul and I have been working together for at least 14 years. In fact, I think it was 2011 when we started working together. So here's the new vision that we've kind of updated. Create the most turnkey residual income system in the world and do it while making people better along the way. And it's built on the foundation of freedom through principle-centered leadership. So that is what we want to do. We want to literally build the most turnkey system. And when we said that we're positioned right here, where it says we're positioned for AI, the revolution that's here. Let me just briefly come to you guys and just talk to you directly. We rebuilt the company from scratch last year. Do you guys realize that? And why did we do this? Because we knew what was coming. We knew AI is kind of taking over and it's coming. And there's going to be a lot of businesses that are scrambling. Their products are not going to be able to be evolving. They're going to have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to update their products and their infrastructure and their foundation. And we just did all that. We literally just did it from scratch. We built the entire company from scratch again last year in preparation to where we can add things as we go. And one of the things is like Amy, she's one of our community member here. She used to do an update video every time we did an update in HBA because updates were like once a year. So she did an update video. But we are literally doing updates to the system daily. Like we added a debt tool in there. We have like voice messages for your customers. We added like all these things are just coming in like literally daily, like different updates that we are doing to the system, adding, like mapping for your affiliate links and better tracking and better tools in PromptWrite. And now you have a free SSL certificate on every domain you buy inside of our system and like all these different things. And so the reason I wanted to bring that up is because we have positioned ourselves by building from scratch to help you and help all of us maintain a residual income when AI starts taking over the world and like people's products are obsolete. We will be able to evolve with AI so that our products don't become obsolete. Does that make sense? So our products will evolve with time because we control the entire process now. Whereas before we were using third-party stuff and we didn't have control over that. And if something happened, we would be screwed in 2 to 3 years. And people's residual incomes, like someone might be like, well, I could just do that over here in a couple clicks. Well, we're going to make it a lot simpler, easier for people to do, and we're going to evolve with the times. So, and that's why we said our goal is to build the most turnkey system there is. And so to get started, if you guys are ready to get started, just go to, and this is what's cool about what we did today, is someone invited you here, and because their affiliate link was already in the email, when you got on the Zoom, you are coded to them. And so just go over to the hb.app/go, and I'll put it in the chat. And that is what we call a link that has no affiliate code on it. So what it'll do is it will just go to the person that invited you and you get started. It's $35 to get started. That's all 3 of our residual income products. And the potential, like if you own all the products, it's $160 per month. I saw that question come in here, and it pays $128 residual. But it's only $35 to get started today. We actually give you 2 weeks for free of HBA Premium. So you could literally get in the door, use the image credits, use the AI tools, use the smart posting tool, get on our masterminds for the next 2 weeks, our coaching, and just see how you like it. And plug in as much as you can. Get your turnkey link out there. And actually, you could have some sales within the next day or 2 if you get to work. So just go to thehba.app/go. Scroll down and pick your starting point. So I think there was someone who asked, can I get started for $10? Absolutely, you can. There's 3 options to get started. There's the $10, the $25, or the $35 package. We recommend the $35 package because you get 2 weeks free of premium, which gives you basically full access to everything that we talked about tonight. Like literally everything. Ready to go, right out of the box. And so when you're in the system, you're going to see a video from me kind of walking you through the fast start and getting it on your phone. And there you go. So thank you so much for being here today. And so with that, I want to just bring out the man, Mr. Paul Hutchings, see if he has anything he wants to add, and then we'll do Q&A. So
yeah. Hey, awesome presentation. Look what time it is, guys. That's a 1 hour presentation. Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to share the comment of the night as I was reading through the chats. Terrence says, "What? Get the hell out of here." Awesome. That's what he wrote in the chat as he was seeing, everything Mike was showing you guys. But yeah, just a couple of quick things. When I was a kid, for some reason, I thought of this. I grew up poor. My dad left when I was 8. My mom was hearing impaired. She was jobless when my dad left. And then when my dad left, she went and got educated, got a low paying job, and was able to provide for my sister. And I have some memories when I was a kid. One of them that's burned in my mind is one night, I remember my mom sitting at the kitchen table and she had these notebooks open and she just had her head buried in her hands and she was so stressed out. And I remember looking at the notebook and asking my mom what was wrong. And she was doing her bills. She was writing down how much she owed. She had her checkbook open and she was just so stressed. And so I remember like the pain of, not having enough money. And I think from a young age, I wanted to not be in that situation when I grew up. And so then I found, the job, go to school, get good grades, get a job. And that's what I did. I got a job because I thought that was the path. And then I started experiencing other pain, like people putting me down. My boss is making me feel small, like I wasn't worth much. Other people getting promoted past me because they did a better job at schmoozing with the bosses. And that just felt not right. So when I saw the opportunity to make money from home, I was like, yeah, let's go. Unlimited income potential. I get paid for my results. I get paid for my work ethic. I get paid for my skills. So that was the path for me, I thought. And I got on that path and, I struggled for a while, but I learned some skills and I started to produce results. I started to make some money. I actually made a lot of money. But the problem was I kept experiencing more pain. Companies going out of business, companies stealing my commissions. I kept having to start over and start over. And that was so frustrating. And so when Mike and I started the Home Business Academy, the whole reason was we wanted to give people a way to not have the pain of poverty and not have the pain of having something like break promises on them, lie to them, hype them up with stuff that's not real. And so that's why we started the Home Business Academy. And we've been doing this for 10 years and it's been great. We've had, stable residual income, amazing community, the sense of life-changing contribution, because we, as Mike mentioned, we give back to an organization called Feed My Starving Children. And we've donated over 400,000 days of meals. And that's just all so good. Last year, when we rebuilt the platform, and this is all leading to something. So thank you for being patient with me. When we rebuilt the platform from scratch and we made it way more valuable than it already was, and we were already really profitable and people already really loved what we had, I kept telling myself, man, we're going to explode when people like get their hands on these tools and they start using them. And like, we're just going to have this crazy growth. And you know what happened? Nothing really, other than everyone was really grateful for the updates. And when I say nothing, what I mean is the sales just kind of stayed like this and the residual income kind of stayed like this, which I'm thankful for because, we don't want it to go down. We want residual income to be stable, but we wanted it to grow because the growth means more people are having success and earning residual income. So what we did was Mike and I started thinking like, okay, what can we do to make this easier for people? What can we do to make this so that we would grow faster, that they would grow faster? And that's where we came up with the idea to build this turnkey residual income system where we've eliminated literally all of the technical setup, which, by the way, Mike and I, we've been doing home business now for 20 years. So, and we listen to people and we see where they're struggling. And so all the while we're building HBA and we're doing some really good things, but at the same time, I'm listening to where people are struggling and, you know, tech problems. How do I set up my domain? How do I set up my business email? How do I, here's my capture page. What do you think? And I'm like, honestly, it looks terrible, because this stuff takes some time, it takes skill. And so I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, like how do we help people succeed faster? So we said, well, what if we just removed all of the tech barriers? And then what if we removed all of the selling? Because that's the other thing that sometimes, in fact, a lady messaged me today because we have a chat system in our app. And she sent me these I think her name was Helen. She sent me these 2 voice messages and basically all of them to say, I don't want to sell and I don't want to close people. So what do I do? And so there's, first of all, you might not know how to sell. You might not know how to close people. That's one issue. But then the other one is I don't want to sell and I don't want to close people. And so thankfully I was able to say to her, well, the good news about the turnkey system is really all you have to do is get people to the funnel, to the capture page. And then after that, the AI on the sales page does the selling. The sales page does the selling. The follow-up emails do the selling and the closing. And it's closing at 6%. So it's like actually working, So for the first time in my home business career, I was able to say to this lady with all honesty, honestly, you might not have to sell. You might not have to close if you can get good at getting people to that funnel. So the 2 big problems I've seen is tech problems and then marketing, like writing, copywriting, closing, capture pages, all that stuff. And with this turnkey system, all that's eliminated. And wouldn't you know it, the day we released this turnkey funnel system, the growth started to climb. And within like a couple of weeks, the whole company had grown by 14%. And we're still growing and people are still joining. So that's real world proof, confirmation that this turnkey sales system is working and it's helping people make sales and it's helping them do it in a way that's, it might be we hesitate to use the word easy because like Mike said, this isn't a business where you just sign up and do nothing. You still have to get people to the page. So that's where the work comes in. But as far as the sales process, I mean, I've never seen anything work so well in 20 years of home business. And that makes me so happy because my one big dream in life is to help people build residual income, disconnect their time from their money, be in a place where they're in charge of their own life, be in a place where they don't have to have people put them down and make them feel small, be in a place where they can afford to go out to dinner with their family and not have to worry about the cost, be in a place where they can pay down their debt and eventually get out of debt. I'm thankful to say that through the home business profession, I'm completely debt free. I have no payment on my mortgage. I have no payment on my cars. And it is such a great place to be. And we want to help people do that. So I'm so excited because now we have this thing we can give you. And also all that leads me to the lesson that I learned is it almost, from a growth standpoint, it almost doesn't even matter how good your products are, really. It only matters how well you help people communicate that message easily. And that's what we've done with the turnkey system. Now, the products do matter because if the products aren't good, people won't stick around. So we understand that. And we've built just an incredible product line that people love, that people use every day. And we're building more things into the product so that people will use even more of the things we have every day because that creates residual income. But we finally have a system that we're proud of. And that's the other thing. Mike says turnkey system, no bueno, right? One of the reasons a lot of times all up to this point, they're no bueno is because usually the turnkey systems hype you up so much and tell you so many lies to get you to join that you just start to feel yucky about them, right? So this turnkey system, if you go through it, and you guys that have gone through it, did you sense a single lie or a single false promise or a single overhypey thing? No, it is 100% honest. And so now we have an honest turnkey system that actually converts so we can feel really good about that. So that last thing that sometimes people struggle with is traffic. Like, how do I get people to the pages? And Mike covered a lot of that. And I will just say, we are really good at free traffic. That, right? Like the $7 million we've paid out in commission so far, pretty much 100% with free traffic. No paid ads, none of that. So we're really good with that. And we're getting even better because now in the age of AI, when you know how to use AI in the right way, there's a wrong way and there's a right way. Wrong way is write everything for me and then you just copy it and publish it. Wrong way. We teach you how to use AI in the right way. But now with AI in the right way, it doesn't even matter if you can write very well. It doesn't matter if you are good at punctuation or spelling or even copywriting. Because, like Mike showed you, that persuasion writing skill with our Prompt Write AI tool, a good copywriter, you're going to pay like $500 an hour for. And that skill, that if you guys have used it, it gives you the power of a professional copywriter to help you with your content. And then, like Mike said, we're around to coach and teach and show by example and do the best that we can to help you. So all of that to say, thank you so much for being here and investing your time with us. And I would love to encourage you to get started. If residual income is appealing to you, if want to create a better future instead of sitting back and crossing your fingers and hope that better future happens, there's no better place in the world than right here, in my opinion. And we're just getting started. So thanks for letting me share, Mike, and back to you.
I love it. Thank you so much, Paul. All right, so we want to respect everyone's time. So let's knock out some of these questions. And yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the system? Do you guys like what you see? Let me know in the comments. One of the things, I did put an easier link to join. You can click on that link and get started for $35, but it's the hba.app./go. And so let's answer some of these questions. So Steve says, very interested in the new funnel. Really good stuff. Do you have a stick rate, upsell rate for signups and that kind of stuff? I will say with the new funnel, we do have some metrics for you. The lead to sale ratio at the moment is 6%. And that's the people who've gone through the sequence. They've getting the emails and they go through the sequence and they've completed the sequence and then they join, right? That's 6%. And then there's the upsell from there to all in, owning all the products, is 25% from those 6%. So it's actually pretty good company-wide this last month. That's been the numbers. I mean, the stick rate, it's kind of that's like a human thing. Like, how long does someone last? Well, as long as they like the products. And we have a lot of people here that have been around since the day one. Like I see Amy here, she's been around since like 2013, Kevin's been around since the launch or actually not 2013, sorry. We weren't even around then. But basically 2 years in and then Kevin's been here since day one. So there's a few people in here that have been around for a long time. And that's a lot of, like, if you really think about it, like, let me just do the math on that. So we've been in business for 9 years, right? Or 10 years. So if someone buys the products from you for 10 years, that's what, 10 times 12 months, right? So that's 120 months times 128. So that means on Kevin alone, I've earned a $15,000 commission from Kevin. And this is not high ticket. You see what I'm saying? That's not high ticket, but we still earn high income because of residuals. People keep the products and they stay a long time, So anyway, if you want to say anything on stick rate, let me know, Paul. But
yeah, with Steve's specific questions, we'd have to dig into those two in the middle. But just stick rate in general, like retention rates, I would encourage you to go ask Sage about that, only because we programmed a good answer in there. And I sometimes get tired of repeating myself over and over. And this wasn't exactly what Steve was asking, but just generally speak, we could give you a number that would sound amazing and it would be accurate, but we chose not to do that. And the reason why is because numbers are often manipulated and there are many different ways you can twist the data to make it sound good. But then when you dig into like how the number is being calculated, if you knew all the different calculations, like, wait, what? So companies do that. And we don't like throwing that number out there because it doesn't mean anything unless you have a very detailed conversation about, what goes into it. But it's like our retention rate long-term, extremely well. It was better than the best retention rate I've ever heard of in home business in my 20 years. And this was from a very big billion-dollar company. We just chose not to promote that number because of all those things I mentioned.
Yes. All right. So Danny says, can you give an example of how HBA could enhance someone's MLM or some other business? So yeah, so we have multiple products we talked about. And like the funnel builder, for example, you can build pages and templates for your MLM, and then your team would want to use those templates and then usually buy the funnel builder from you to use them, right? So that's one way you can do it. The coaching and training and the AI tools are always great for any business. And Let's Goal is an amazing product for any business as well. And yeah, so I mean, from a product standpoint, that's how you would build those other things. Another way that I like to look at it is you can look at HBA as a residual income enhancer because a lot of MLMs, they usually pay what, $1 to $6 to $10 a person on your personal sales. Sometimes you get lucky and get a bigger one, right? But now you can add another 8 to 128 on top of that per sale. So it's an enhancer as well. So that's one way that you can do it. Diane has her hand raised. Want to come on out, Diane?
Just really briefly, I'm sorry if I shouldn't be doing this, but Steve had asked about retention rates. And while I can't give an exact number, I've been doing this for 25 plus years, and I was always known for having the most incredible retention. But with HBA, I don't have to do all that work that I used to have to do to keep people in other programs because of the nature of the community here. So now that we have the turnkey funnel bringing people through at such a high rate, and we have the supportive community that keeps people intact, I'm pretty excited about it. So I don't have the exact numbers, but I do know what it takes to keep people in programs in this industry. And this company, I just don't have to work as hard. And I'm very thankful for that. So I just wanted to say that really briefly because I think it's relevant. And I think Amy and several other of us that have been around for a long time, we're here for a reason. So that's all I wanted to say. Great presentation, Mike.
Thank you, Diane. Appreciate you. Yeah, she actually gave me a suggestion for the page that we're inviting here earlier. She's like, it almost looks like you're telling like this the affiliate is like the number one disputed heavyweight champion in the
Heavyweight
world.
champion. I
Hey,
didn't
we
want to
just
be
like
the
to try to
heavyweight
make you guys
champion.
look good. Let's make everybody look good.
So she suggested we put it at the bottom, so I
I was
put it at the bottom.
confused.
So yeah, good stuff. That's another cool thing. I just want to point out when we get feedback that's good ideas, we implement immediately. Like we are fast. In fact, like Deborah in support, sometimes she gets annoyed at us because we do things so fast and don't tell her about it. And so we've had complaints before on that because we implement so fast. And that's different than other businesses. So that just put that on your radar. All right, let's knock these out. Linda says, I've been in the member before many times. No one personally invited me, so if I use the Go, will I be reconnected to my initial sponsor? Yeah, when you use that link, you'll be connected to whoever invited you here, like whatever. So I would recommend using that link that I just gave you, the hba.app/go. In fact, I'll paste the link in again. Just click on that link specifically because the person who got you here tonight deserves the sale. Does that make sense? So you may not even know who invited you because it's the turnkey system and you're getting emails from Paul. So just click on that link and you'll be tagged to the correct person. All right. All right. Indy says, if on the premium trial and the client buys the full system, will the commission be offered or payable? Yes. So that's what our lost commissions do. So let's say you get a commission of a product you do not own. We give you a lost commission email giving you the opportunity to buy that product. And if you buy the product before we pay it out, you get the commission. And what's cool about that is when you get 80%, it's basically paid for. So you might as well get it. And most people do. Does that make sense? So a lot of companies, they'll just pass it up to the sponsor and say, bye, lost commission, sorry. We give you the opportunity to get commissions from the products that you sell. So, but we do have the requirement that you do need to own the product that you sell because we pay out so high of commissions. It just makes financial sense to do it anyway, from that angle. But then also we are a big believer in being a product of the product. And I've always pushed that my entire career on every company I've ever, like I've built 3 different $1 million businesses online. Every company I've built $1 million business in, I was a product of the product. So we wanted to transfer that into HBA when we launched the company. So that is one of the reasons we did that as well. And it makes you guys more commissions because, you know, people buy the products for lots of different reasons. Some people buy it for value. Lots of people buy it for income. That's another reason to buy something too, you know. So, all right, what other products and tools do you have planned for the future? So, we usually just add on to the current products that we have. So, we don't really launch new ones. We just add on to the current ones. But we do have a lot planned for the future, by the way. Can't reveal them all, but we like this year alone, we've added all those AI tools we just told you about were added to premium. They weren't, they're, you know, so we just basically just add on. We don't launch new. I mean, some things we added a domain tool in the back office, but that is just saving you money on your domains. Yeah, so it's 160 for all 3 products. And it's not an upgrade downgrade thing. It's just 3 separate products. $10 for Let's Go, 25 for Funnel Builder, 125 for Premium. You earn 80% commissions on all of them. So I would recommend, here's what I would recommend everybody do. Get started, get your turnkey link, follow the fast start video, and then get that link out to as many people as you can. And hopefully get your first 1 to 2 sales this week. Like if you can do that, you're making more than you're spending. And now you can go through the rest of the training and kind of learn as you go. Does that make sense? Okay, so where do the leads come from in the system, or does the system generate the leads for us? And 2, we'll work with another opportunity we are already working with. So, do you want to take that one, Paul?
What was the question? Where
does the leads come from?
They're mommies and daddies. Just kidding. I'm sorry. You got to find the leads, you know, so there are many different ways to get leads. I will say I agree with Gio, who made a post on Facebook the best place for leads would be YouTube, Facebook, an email list that you're building, and then, you know, one-on-one connections where you actually talk to people, build relationships, and give invitations. Those are my favorite ways. There are many others. We don't restrict you. You can do it however you want, but those are my favorite ways.
Yeah, and even with like the new tools that we've added, like Smart Post, for example, you can do one video that's 30 to 90 seconds long and get it all over the entire internet, you know, in one shot. So,
yeah, and our premium product, we used to call it Premium Traffic and Conversions Academy because all of the training is all about where to get leads and how to get leads. And our daily coaching that we do Monday through Friday, we bring people out, leaders from the community who are getting leads, and they literally just show you what they're doing and they help with that.
yes,
So that's definitely something you can learn.
And so one of the things that I want to make clear, because I just had somebody say this to me, they were like, "Well, I don't do lead generation systems." So what you were seeing is not a lead generation system. You still have to generate your own leads, right? So you have to learn those skill sets. And if you don't learn those skill sets, it's going to be hard to make money in any kind of opportunity that you're in, right? So we teach those skill sets hands-on every single day. So it's not a lead generation system, but what it does is it validates your leads so you have clean leads and a clean email list, which is very important because if you're doing email marketing and you have bad leads, then it's going to hurt your email marketing and you're not going to get any results from that, right? So with the email validation portion of it, that's the gold in the whole system because you want to make sure you have good leads in your email list. So it's not a lead generation system. You're going to have to learn to do those skills, and we teach those here.
Yeah, and we could easily say that it is a lead generation system, and we could easily give you push button things to buy to go get leads, and it would probably convert better than it is now, even though it's converting really well. Problem is, every single thing we've ever seen that had that promise in the past was terrible. And you wouldn't find out, and then you would be like, they lied to me, and then you would quit. So we don't do that. We just tell you the truth. We're going to do as much of the work for you as we can. We're going to make it as easy as we possibly can, but something you will have to do.
And we've even made like even the affiliate quick start guys, like we have made it as simple as possible. Like even from a lead generation standpoint, if you follow this video, you will have what you need to get sales. Like we give you the scripts, we give you the email, we even put your affiliate links in the email. Okay. So like we've gone above and beyond to give you swipe, email, scripts ready to go, get a couple sales in, and then you can learn the other marketing strategies, that we do. Like every day of the week, like tomorrow, Diane that just came out, she does an over the shoulder where she does coaching. Amy shows her YouTube strategy. Robin shows her YouTube strategy during the week. Matt shows his funnel building strategy when you want to get to that level. And Paul and I go back and forth. Chris and Susan is also in here that they do an over the shoulder. And so you're going to get help. And this actually goes with this question right here. I'm 72 years old with very little tech knowledge and I'm interested, but I'm very intimidated. This gives me hope. Is there tech support? So here's what's cool. We built the turnkey for you. Like, here's the level of support, like the level of tech you need to know is how to copy and paste. Like that is the tech level you need to get to. And if you need to learn if you need help with that, you can get on our Zoom and we'll help you with that. So bottom line, we built the turnkey for that, for you specifically, like the person who's not tech savvy. Literally the page is done. It's already affiliate coded. The Sage is already coded to you as well, like does the questions for your leads. The email follow-up goes out on your behalf with your link in it. And the invitation to tonight also went out on your behalf. So this is built for the 72-year-old that's not tech savvy. Like that is the whole reason we built, not the whole reason, but it's one of the reasons, All right. So I think I got all the questions I could see.
Hey, Mike, there was one about the triple residual pack, about the length of time it's good for.
Okay, so the triple residuals, you get the funnel builder and Let's Go for 30 days. And you get premium, which is all the AI tools and stuff that we have, as well as the traffic training and the daily coaching. You get that for 14 days for free. So literally you can get in like almost 10 days of Zoom masterminds and use the image credits and the AI tools and all that stuff for 14 days for free. So yeah, so that $35 is going to get you access to everything. I think there was another question on the AI. So yeah, so basically we are just building, like you get 3 free advanced credits for the image builder and the high power mode just included every day for free. So you don't have to pay for credits or you don't have to do any of that stuff. Now, if you do want credits, they're very cheap. So if let's say you're working on like a slide deck presentation and you need a bunch of PowerPoint slides, you can buy credits for like $10. You get like 50 images or something like that. So those are just add-ons and you can knock out a cool slide deck for $10. So that is how you do that. Yeah, 20 cents. They're basically 20 cents. All right. So with that, guess we can start wrapping it up. So yeah, if you guys are ready to get started, again, go to the HBA app /go. Thank you again for being here. And I would just suggest go to that page and just ask Sage some questions, like on that page. Go to that page and ask Sage some questions and just look at how good the AI is programmed, because what's funny is your AI is as good as the person who programmed it, right? So we have Paul that went back there with 20 years of sales experience and programmed Sage to help your prospects get the answers and close sales on your behalf. And then, so yeah, try it out. Just go to that page, ask Sage a question, get started on that page as well. If for whatever reason you go to that page and you don't see your sponsor who you're supposed to be joining, then just get with them and get their link directly. But yeah, just get started, and we look forward to seeing you on the inside, and we'll be back here. We're here all week long. So what's cool is when you get started for the triple residual pack, tomorrow you can jump on the Zoom with us at 11 a.m. Eastern. And tomorrow's day is Diane. So she's going to be coaching you guys. She came out and did a testimonial just barely on the retention rate. So she'll be coaching you tomorrow morning. And then I come out with Paul at the end and we do Q&A. So again, and then all week long we're here. So we're here for you. We're not going anywhere. Our vision is locked in stone. You know, I love that we added the, you know, our vision here is to build the most turnkey residual income system in the world, built on a foundation of freedom through principle-centered leadership. like I love saying that because that's what we're doing. And we've been doing it a decade and we're only getting started. We literally just rebuilt everything from scratch last year and we're just getting started. So thank you again, everybody. I will unmute it and you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you,
Thanks, Mike.
Mike. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Mike,
Have a great
thanks, Paul.
night.
Have a great night.
See you
Always
guys.
go
Ciao.
free dreams.
Ciao.